Hey guys, today quick video about a budget deck, but to be honest, it's just super strong. I mean, yeah, it's budget because it has no legendary inside, and I think only one epic card. I think so. Besides that, only rares and commons, so super cheap deck. But it's actually the number one on the ladder since the last 3, 4, 5 days. So we have like 10 days more time to reach legend. If you want to try it, give this deck a chance. It's super strong and it's super cheap. That means you definitely can create a deck. I'm not showing here a deck with 8 legendaries or whatever. So like I said, it's a budget deck, but it's, to be honest, not a budget version. That's just the strongest version of the deck that is existing. So yeah, let us go into the deck list. I show you a little bit about the deck. After this, you see a gameplay against another I don't know, I think it was a druid or something like this. I only played a few games with the deck. Yeah, so alright, just one time again, let us quickly go over it, because I think I said it's only have one epic inside. It has not even an epic inside. It's the deck list without the oracle. I mean, there are deck lists existing with the oracle, but all around the same win rate, so only common and rares, and it's the number one deck. So give it a try, guys, really, believe me. Super quick over it. Aquatic Form, nice card draw, especially when maybe on turn 4 you need Pride's Fury or something like this to make a buff on your minions for finish the game, or maybe something different. Beaming Sidekick, 1 mana drop, definitely not a good one first turn, because it gives a friendly minion +2 health. Maybe a good thing to give it to you to a taunt minion to block something that is maybe deleting your board eventually. Druid of the Reef, nothing to explain about, I guess. Could be a very nice card for deleting an enemy minion if it's necessary. Could be kind of aggressive, used for putting a 3/1 down that needs to be attacked, or 1/3 that has taunt and can just defend you a little bit. Irondeep Trogg, I guess we all know him and hate him or love him. Living Roots, good chance to put 2 saplings or maybe finish the game if the enemy has just 2 life left. Peasants, mana draw on a 2/1. Landed Evidence, you know, nowadays a very strong card at the moment. It gives you a lot of variability for getting spells, and this spell costs 2 less, so a very strong card. Not so strong on turn 1, even okay often, but not so strong on turn 1. It's more strong around turn 3 or whatever, when you definitely can play the spell than that you usually get. Sow the Soil, good finisher, or maybe putting it down a 2/2. Slitherspear, I guess not a big thing to explain about him. Very nice turn 1 drop, also getting buffed with when you play spells, so very strong card. Card draw if you make more than 3 damage on the enemy hero, and you should do that, because if not, then it would be bad for you. Jerry Rig, a good 2-drop for your deck. I would not mulligan for him in that case, but yeah, you have some choose 1 spell, so definitely not a bad card. Mark of the Wild, just a good buff, also enables the Herald. Thorngrowth Sentries enables the Herald, plus gives you a little bit of defensive line to defend your other minions. Herald of the Nature, awesome card in this deck. It's necessary. A good 3-drop, also good when you have it on hand and then you cast a nature spell. I mean, that's how it works. And Pride's Fury, also like a finisher. So highest cost mana card is Pride's Fury with 4 mana. Just a crazy deck. So quick about the Mulligan, the Trogg, Peasant, Slitherspear would be maybe the best. Blended Evidence could be good. Druid of the Reef could be okay, definitely. Sentries are okay for a second turn. Yeah, stuff like this. Let us quick go to this list here. You can see it here. Legend last 3 days. So also it's working in their higher rankings. Are here Mulligan guide. Mulligan win rate. Herald, okay, yeah, makes sense because you definitely want to play it. So yeah, you see the keep rate is not so high, but that seems like a mistake. So keep it when you get it, especially if you don't have, if you have other good things on hand, then just keep it. It's very important because usually that's your buff for all the minions and then your finisher. Trogg, very high win rate. Soul of the Forest is not in the deck that I'm presenting you, so you see there are other cards, but yeah, Slitherspear, Peasant, Trogg, Herald of Nature, Sentries, Druid of the Reef. So when you see keeping, this is also not here in the deck list, so I don't know why this is showing here up, but seems like there are some crazy other deck lists possible, but that's not the real Beast Druid. So Trogg, Slitherspear, Peasant. Squirrels could be, you could also put the squirrels in the deck. It's definitely working, so if you want to think about and maybe let a cherry rig outside or the cook outside, it's just do it, because a little bit of variety is possible, but you have usually enough 1-drops, and then you need to keep them on board, and you have to buff them and then finish the game as fast as possible. Turn 4, 5, 6 usually you need to finish, if not you are done. So that was the Mulligan. Game plan is, like I said, put minions on the board, buff them, finish the enemy. The deck is lacking of real card draw. That means what that deck has not is like imp block, a lot of card draw, and can creating another board with, for example, Imp King Rafam. But this deck has even more early game power. That also shows you the win rate against matchups here. Ram Druid, it's like a free win for you. What is another slow deck? I mean, you see very good against the rogue decks, very good against the shaman decks. Even Implock your favorite because you are even more fast. You don't have another, you cannot really create another board, but it's a very strong, you only have one game plan, you follow them, you beat the enemy or not, and in the moment it seems like you do it more often than you don't do it, so give it a try. Good against Quest Hunter, good against Beast Hunter, good against the Paladin. Okay, that means not that much. Yeah, bad against Priest, that makes definitely sense. Not so good against Warrior, thanks God that you don't see a lot of Warrior these days. But besides that, I mean, you see it, and you can see it here again, meta. Last 3 days, Legend Beast Druid is on first place. All the other decks, okay, there's Big Spell Mage, also a little bit on top, but besides that, all the other decks are nearly on the same level, because 51.5 to 50 is we're talking about 1.5 difference, and just here between these two is 2 difference. So between this, I don't know, 10 decks is 1.5% difference. Then 2% the Big Spell Mage, and another 1.5% the Beast Druid. So Beast Druid is definitely popping off. Why? Because Implock got nerfed, so now this is the strongest fast-paced deck in the meta. It's a little bit stronger than Imp Warlock, like I said, but there's a Curse Imp Warlock that has also late-game potential. So Imp Warlock is not only reliable on this game plan, Beast Druid is only reliable on one game plan, so you need to play it fast-paced. You have to do it, there's no other option. And yeah, like I said, you can see it here, Diamond 4 to 1, also on first place, Platinum first place. So yeah, and it only drops then in the top 1000 because, you know, it's always a little bit different. And still here it's on the second place, so it's cheap, it's so cheap. There's definitely, you can see it here. This I think this is this is exactly the deck list that I showed you. I mean, is there any, okay, here's a 40 cards deck list and it's not working, so don't care about it. maybe, okay, Clawfury Adept could be a possible card that you could put inside if you want. Dispel could be a possible card to put inside. Is also good synergy with Cherrywick, so there is a little bit of variety, but this is the deck list that I showed you, as most games and the highest win rate, so in my opinion, stick with this deck list. And play it out. If you hear something missing, I don't know. Like I said, it's only rare and commons. Just create them. But sure, if you miss one Slitherspear and you don't have the dust, even if it's only 100, then put a scribble inside, and it will at the end it will work kind of the same. Yeah. I keep this short. Like I said, now it's following a game. The game is pretty short because it's just a fast-paced deck. You win or lose. Usually in the first 5 minutes. Okay, here it's showing up 5 minutes game duration, and yeah, that's definitely correct. So it's also a nice deck to climb because it's fast-paced. It's easy to play. There is not a lot of things that you can move on. So also maybe nice if you're home office, if you play a little bit in the evening on the sofa, whatever. It's just let it roll and make the job done. Like I said, 10 more days till the month and the season is over. So if you want to climb to Legend, or maybe your goal is Diamond, do it with this deck. It's cheap, it's good, it's fast. To be honest, there's like no downside on this. So good luck, guys, with the deck. Have fun. See you. Enjoy the gameplay after it, and bye bye. And like and subscribe.
Lunara versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
Ishnu Allah, Archdruid.
I see you've brought guests.
The Irondeep mine is mine! What is it?
My blood flows through water.
Time for the finishing touch.
I got you, friend.
Righto.
Fire and blood.
I can see.